Hello everyone, I, Kundan Chandrakar, welcome you all to the SWAM online course lecture on Importance, Do and Don'ts for Construction Site. In this video, we are going to learn briefly about important construction safety rules and regulations. The first one is a important do and don'ts for construction site. 10 important construction safety rules, safety management, safety plan, hazards prevention and control, do responsibility and communications, check acts and regulation, and example of accident analysis. Let us discuss important do for construction site. Do prioritize safety. Make safety the top priorities for everyone on the construction site. Implement safety protocol and provide proper training and ensure that safety gear is worn at all time. The second important point is do conduct regular safety meeting. Hold regular safety meeting to discuss potential hazards, share safety tips and address any concern raised by worker. Let us discuss the next point is do provide training. Ensure that all workers are properly trained for their task, including the operational of equipment and the use of safety measures. Let us discuss the next point is do use personal protective equipment, that is called PPE. Enforce the use of appropriate PPE such as hard hats, safety gloves, safety goggles and steel-toed boots to prevent injuries. Let us discuss the next point is do properly maintain equipment. Regularly inspect and maintain construction equipment to ensure it is safe and efficient operations. Let us discuss the next point is do plan and organized. Create a clear construction plan that outlines tasks, timeline and resources. Proper organizations help to prevent delay and confusions. Let us discuss the next point is do monitor weather conditions. Keep an eye on weather forecast and take appropriate measure to protect worker from adverse weather conditions. Let us discuss the next point is do control access. Limit access to authorized personnel only. Unauthorized individuals should not be allowed into the construction sites. Let us discuss the next point is do secure hazardous material. Properly store the label hazardous material and ensure that workers are aware to their locations. Let us discuss the next point is do have adequate first aid supplies. Keep well stocked first aid kits on site and ensure that there are personnel trained in first aid and CPR. Let us discuss the next point. Do provide proper signage. Use clear and visible signage to indicate hazardous area and restricted zone and also emergencies exit. So this is the overall do. Let us discuss the important don'ts for construction sites. The first point is a don't cut corner on safety. Never compromise safety for sake of speed or cost saving. Cutting corner can lead to accidents and injuries. Let us discuss the next point is don't ignore hazardous material. Avoid mishandling or ignoring hazardous material. Follow proper protocol for storage, disposal and transportations. Let us discuss the next important point is don't neglect training. Don't assume that the worker have a necessary skill or knowledge. Always provide proper training before assigning tasks. Let us discuss the next important point is that don't overload equipment. Avoid overloading machinery or equipment beyond their recommended capacities. This can lead to breakdown and accidents. Let us discuss the next important point is that don't block emergency exits. Never block or obstruct emergency exit path or evacuation route. Easy access to exit is crucial for safety. Let us discuss the next important point is don't allow horseplay. Discourage any form of horseplay or unsafe behavior on a construction site as it can lead to serious accidents. Let us discuss the next important point is don't ignore safety concerns. Encourage worker to report safety concern promptly. Address any potential hazards immediately to prevent accidents. Let us discuss the next important point is don't work without proper lighting. Avoid working in poorly lit area, especially during the night. Proper lighting is essential for safe operations. Let us discuss the next important point is don't overlook fall protection. Don't neglect fall protection measure when working at height. Use guardrail, safety harness and other appropriate safety equipment. Let us discuss the next important point. Don't skip inspections. Regularly inspect equipment, scaffolding and other structures for damage or wear. Address issue promptly to prevent accidents. By following these do and don'ts, construction site can create a safe environment for worker, reduce the risk of accidents and ensure that projects are completed efficiently and without incidents. It seems like you are repeated the list of don'ts for construction site. If you are looking the additional do's and don'ts for construction site, here are the few considers. Let us discuss additional importance do for construction sites. The first point is a do secure tool and equipment. Proper store tool and equipment when not in use to prevent tripping hazards and unauthorized uses. Let us discuss the next important point is do maintain housekeeping. Keep the construction site clean and organized. Proper housekeeping reduces clutter and risk of accidents. Let us discuss the another point is do communicate hazards. Use clear signage and communication to alert worker to potential hazards such as uneven surface or overhead work. Let us discuss the next important point is do use ladder safety. Ensure that ladder are in good condition and used properly. Place them on stable surface and secure them as needed. Let us discuss the next important point is do address confined space. Follow proper procedure when working in confined space including ventilation and monitoring for hazardous gases. Let us discuss the next important point is do plan for emergencies. Have a well-defined emergency response plan in place including procedure of fire, medical emergency and evacuation. The next important point is do provide training for equipment use. Ensure that workers are trained to operate equipment safely and are aware to proper startup and shutdown procedure. The next important point is do use ergonomic practices. Encourage ergonomic practice to prevent injuries. Provide ergonomic tools and workstation when as soon as possible. Let us discuss the next important point that is do manage noise level. Implement measure to control excessive noise level on the construction site to prevent hearing damages. Let us discuss the next important point is do follow lockout and tagout procedure. Properly lock out and take out equipment during maintenance or repair to prevent accident startups. Remember that a comprehensive approach to safety involves addressing a wide range of potential hazards and promoting a culture of safety among all workers. Each construction site may have its unique challenges, so tailoring safety practices to the specific environment is important for ensuring that well-being of all involved. Let us discuss the 10 important construction safety rules. Prevent construction hazard with these safety rules. To avoid injuries, accident and other health problem in construction site, below are general construction safety rules that should be followed to be keep worker and visitor safe. The first important point is always wear PPE. All worker and visitor in a construction site should wear the required PPE to reduce exposure to various hazards on the construction worksite. Common PPE included goggles, helmet, gloves, ear muffs or plugs, boots and high visibility vest and suits. Be mindful and follow signs. Safety signs allow management to warn and raise health and safety awareness for employees and visitors. Appropriately place them around the site where necessary. Worker should be familiar with the construction site safety tips and different signs. Prohibition signs, mandatory signs and warning signs. Also safe condition sign and firefighting equipment sign. Provide clear instruction. A site induction for general contractor should be present on site. This will enable new worker to the familiar with the site operations. Toolbox talk are also an effective way of relaying health and safety instruction to the workforce. It is conducted before commencing work on either a day or the most frequent basis. Let us discuss the fourth important point is a keep site TD. Ensure that debris, dust, loose nail and stagnant water from excavation and backfilling are not just laying around the site. The construction site must be cleaned daily and remain clutter free, prevent slip and trips. Let us discuss the fifth important point is organize and store tool properly. Ensure that no tool are lying around and leave light and power tool unplugged. Following construction site rules will help prevent tool from gathering damage or even causing injury to the worker. Organizing them in their rightful place will also allow for easy navigations. Let us discuss the sixth important point is use the right equipment for right task. Often accidents occur due to the misuse of tools or equipment. Avoid using misshaped tool and instead use the correct tool to get the job done quickly and safer. Have an emergency response plan. An emergency response plan directs the workforce on what to do when emergencies like natural disaster, fire, hazardous material split, or other types of accidents occur. Have a dedicated team responsible for managing emergency crises, answering questions, and reporting potential hazards, quality issue, and near misses. Let us discuss the important point is a set up safeguards. One of the way to ensure safety on a site in placing engineering control such as barrier, fencing and safeguarding. This will help isolate people from hazardous area with high voltage electricity or chemical with toxic fumes. Let us discuss the another next point is a do pre-check on tool and equipment. Before commencing work, ensure that tool and equipment to be used are free or defect or damage. Let us discuss the next important point is a report issue immediately. Train worker to report defects and near misses on site as soon as they notice them. Problem can only be solved when they are made aware to management. The sooner issues get reported, the fewer chances of them worsening and causing accident or further damage. So, The next important point is safety management. The safety management team follow PDCA cycle to ensure the safety at site. PDCA cycle stand for, that is P for plan, D for do, responsibility and communication, C for check and A for act. The PDCA cycle cover both IS standard 18001 Occupational Health and Safety Assessment Series, also IS 14001 Environmental Management System, that is called EMS. For ensuring health and safety at site, we have studied the types of hazards and identifying of activities that may cause risk. Let us discuss next point, that is risk. Risk is a outcome of hazards and type of risk, that is cut, burn, injury, fatalities, casualty and explosions. Type of hazards. Type of hazards as categorized many types. The first one is a physical hazards. Physical hazards are different type of energy which may be hazardous to the worker, such as noise, vibration and temperature extremely and radiations. The second type are biological hazards. Exposure may occur during demolition, renovation, sewer work, work on air landing system, and other construction work from contact with contaminated or disease carrying source. Let us discuss the another type, that is chemical hazards. Chemical can exist in the form of dust, fume, fiber, liquid, gas, vapor, welding fume and spray paints. Let us discuss why safety. The important points are to reduce cost as if accident occur, the it will increase indirect cost of the project. The second point is it is a moral and legal obligation for employees to provide safe working place and employees to work safety. The next point is a project run on schedule as if any accident taken place, it affected the work sites and project may be delayed. Therefore, safety also takes care of time. The next important point is productivity will increase. And the next point is studies have proved that there is a adverse effort and contractor reputation unfavorable image for the client when the project suffers high accident rates. Therefore, company reputation will be better. The next point is to fulfill the statutory requirements formulated by the central government against construction safety. Let us discuss ergonomic hazards. Ergonomic hazards can cause painful and disabling injuries due to heavy, frequent and awkward lifting. Also, repeating tasks, awkward grips, posture, using excessive force, using wrong tool and the job. Let us discuss identifying of activities that may cause risk. The activities are scaffolding, concerning from work, concerning from work, use of ladder, working at height, excavation, peeling work, welding, gas cutting, bar bending, driving, loading and unloading, DG setter, lifting equipment, housekeeping, store of chemical, petroleum products, gas cylinder, batching plant, use of dumpers, earth moving equipment, and the last one is a passenger hoist. Let us discuss hazard prevention and control. Establishment procedure for timely, correct and control of hazards. The first one is engineering techniques, where flexible and appropriate procedure for safe work which is understood and followed as the result of training. Positive reinforcement, corrections of unsafe performance and enforcement. Let us discuss the second important point. Provision of personal protective equipment such as eye protection, glasses, Reciprocative protection, that is mask. Ear protection, that is ear defender. Face protection, face mask. Head protection, head protection, hard hat. Hand protection, gloves. Foot protection, safety shoes. Body protection, jacket. Fall protection, safety belt. Let us discuss the third important point is administration control. The fourth important point is provide the facility and equipment maintenance. The fifth important point is a plan and prepare for emergencies. And the sixth important point is a training and drill as needed. And the seventh important point is establish as medical program. And the next important point is a first aid on site, and the last one is a physical and emergency care nearly. Let us discuss the next important point, that is do, responsibility and communication. The first one is a toolbox talk, second is a PEP talk, and the third is a SIGNAC safety sign, and the fourth one is a posters. Let us discuss safety and health training. Addressing the safety and health responsibility for all personnel, whether salaried or hourly. Ensure that all employees understand the hazards to which they may be exposed and how to prevent harm to themselves and other of exposure to these hazards. Ensure that supervisors carry out their safety and health responsibility, including analyzing the work under the supervision to identify recognize potential hazards. The second point is maintaining physical protection in work area. The third point is reinforcing employees training through continuously programming feedback and, if needed, reinforcement of safe work practice. The next important point is ensure that manager understand their safety and health responsibility as described under the management committee and employees involvement element of guidelines. Let us discuss the checks. The important points are ensure work permit. Next important point is internal and external safe audit in regular frequencies. And the next point is a checklist throughout the construction phase. And the next important point is a preparation of audit safety reports for checking. Preparation of audit report for check. Identify non-conformant and non-compliances. Near misses action which have ability to cause risk, and the last one is a legal requirements. Let us discuss the act. Action taken for the reduction of accident. The first point is a management review meeting. Discuss on loopholes in system. Resource and budgets are discussed to reduce accident cost and increase productivity. Accident analysis and reactive measures. That is also two types: accident recording and reporting and accident investigation. And the last measure is a proactive measures. The first one is a H and safety policy, and the second H and safety program and plan, and safety induction and training, and the toolbox and others activity. Let us discuss example of accident analysis. The first one is a name of accidents: falling off a step ladder. The second important point, the unsafe act: climbing a defective ladder. The third important point, the unsafe condition: a defective ladder, and the corrections: replace the ladder. And here are the questions are coming in this accidents. Why the defective ladder not found during the normal inspection? Why did the supervisor allow its use? Did not the injured employees know it should not be used? Why employees proper trained? Was the employees proper trained? Was the employee reminded not to use the ladder? Did the supervisor examine the job first? And here are the some answers. and improve inspection procedure, improve training, a better defining our responsibilities, pre-job planning by supervisor. With this, we will end our today's lecture here. Thank you for your patience and we will meet in our next lecture. Thank you.